all this talk of drones, spyware, and online monitoring, it is as important as ever in this digital world to have control over your sensitive password and information. Guys, it's 2025. Hackers and scammers are only getting smarter. If you don't want to leave yourself vulnerable or compromised online, this year we are sponsored by Aura, who offers services such as password management, financial fraud protection, and identity theft protection to help monitor and safekeep your most personal data. More services are offered as well, though. So I've signed up for the service myself. It's simple, easy to use, and it's free to try for 2 weeks, which is enough time for Aura to do its magic. Do yourself a favor, click the link in our description, visit aura.com/SKM for Saint Media, and sign up for Aura. We appreciate you guys and shout out our sponsor.
It's on the inauguration and the drone situation. Let's get right into it with our man Benny. Let's go, guys.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Democrats are not really subtle. They are pretty overt in what they want and don't want to talk about. They tell you exactly who they are, and they're loud and proud. It's horrifying, actually, to most people when they realize, wait, you actually mean these things? Joe Biden just gave a farewell address, and he said he wants to censor more Americans in his farewell address. Like they're out with it. Remember when Donald Trump had just been shot and he did a debate with Kamala Harris like a month later? And the moderators didn't even ask a single question about it. They didn't even say, sorry, you got shot. You know, there's members of Congress who are Democrats.
Why would they say sorry that he got shot when they're trying to report it as, oh, it was a setup? He cut himself with glass and then he stood up. Nobody never got shot. There was no shots fired, even though somebody behind Trump died from being shot. It's kind of crazy what they'll spin. And I always did say the family of that firefighter who died, y'all should all come out and sue all of legacy media, all of them.
That went on national TV saying Trump needs to be shot. The tape exists.
Should be terrifying to all Americans, and he needs to be stopped.
Oh, he needs to be shot. I mean, it stopped. Freudian slip, or was it? Exactly, ladies and gentlemen. They've been calling for something bad to happen to Trump for a long time. They want assassinations of Donald Trump. Now, what kind of assassinations? Well, there's judicial assassinations, political assassinations, impeachment assassinations, Russian collusion assassinations, right? The destruction, the killing of somebody's capacity to run for office. They charged him with a felony, 32 counts of a felony, actually.
34.
Donald Trump could have faced the rest of his life in prison. And then, of course, there's physical assassinations, although his ears look like they're healing beautifully. President Trump staring them all down and winning in an iconic and uplifting moment in American history that, of course, is giving electricity to all those who are following it.
Like, bro kept the jail pose. It's like the mugshot pose. It looked like he kept that. He's like, you know what? Let's go with that one for the inauguration photo.
A lot of kinetic energy, a lot of good kinetic energy, but it is always times like these where I'm the most nervous. President Trump was at the United States Capitol just a few days ago for Jimmy Carter's lying in state funeral. Jimmy Carter died. They brought his casket into the Capitol, and it is standard fare for the president and other presidents to wander through and to pay respects, is what they call it. You say a prayer, you know, you stand by the casket. You see Trump and Melania doing that right here. Did you know that there was an assassination attempt on Trump that day? Just happened to skip the news cycle. Multiple men tried to kill Trump that day.
Really?
According to the United States Capitol Police.
Hold on. So allegedly 2 people went to the Capitol to unalive Trump with knives and all. Now, seeing that they have knives, I'm going to say that they're pretty radical. Because if you think you're going to get to the president with just some knives, you're crazy. It's like, there's just no way. Like,
there was one individual who carried in multiple knives plus a 3-foot-long machete to try and kill Trump.
I mean, with that?
Capitol Police chief said. He said there are 2 lone actors who tried to disrupt Carter's funeral that Trump was attending. So you have to assume that Trump was the mark. One was caught trying to bring in knives and a machete, and the other was caught trying to explode a vehicle near the procession. And we're
Make sure to like the video, guys. Go ahead and double tap that screen from here. Hit the 3 dots up there in the corner. Appreciate the support. Let's keep it going.
just now being told about it by officers. The Capitol Police chief saying that lone actors is the biggest threat to Donald Trump. Okay, fine. I might agree with you, but then I started researching a little bit. I saw this post from Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene was flying commercial back in Washington, D.C., and she said that her plane had to be diverted because there were drones flying all over the White House. Of course, that is a big no-no. We want to get arrested, fly a drone over the White House. Don't do that, of course. Something strange is happening here, man. Her plane was rerouted because of drone activity over the White House. So,
and this would get scary. Remember the guy who blew himself up in front of Las Vegas, in front of Trump Towers in Las Vegas, an ex-Green Beret who was coming out about a story or about a accusation against the government. They're going to try to drone strike Trump. Now, you're telling me that this man comes out with this story in email, he gets shut up and blown up in front of a building. Now, all of a sudden, we're seeing drones over the White House, 3 days before Trump's supposed, really 2 days before Trump's supposed to get in there? Yeah, it's not looking too good. I mean, if they don't solve this now, whatever that Green Beret was talking about in that email might just pop off.
Marjorie Taylor Greene reported potential drone activity near the White House. Her flight from Reagan National Airport was redirected on Monday. She put up a post on X saying, this is very strange. The incident comes amid the unprecedented surge in drone sightings across the United States with over 5,000.
You know, so crazy. If this was any other country, bro, they would be flexing. And I mean, they'd be rubbing this in our face. What country wouldn't rub in our face the fact that they can get drones onto our homeland and go around one of the most important buildings in the United States? What country wouldn't flex that? I mean, South Korea was flexing when they was able to get a missile over here. What made you think a country wouldn't sit there and be like, yeah, y'all better watch yourselves, America. We could put drones all up in there. What country would not threaten that? Come on now. If it be Iran or China.
1,000 cases in the northern states like New Jersey. The timing is particularly significant as federal agencies, including the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security, are investigating these widespread sightings. What's going on here exactly?
Hey, shout out Northern Girl Hobbies and G2 Planet.
Here's the original tweet. I just flew into DCA. Before landing, our pilot announced that he had to fly another direction due to unauthorized drone activity over the White House. So they can't even control. Like, let me make something very clear to you. You're not allowed to fly drones over the White House. So don't even try it.
I mean,
why would they not be able to control the airspace over the White House? Dan Bongino saying that we need to be very careful about attacks during Trump's inauguration, not via lone actors with rusty machetes, but via drones.
Yeah,
is going to happen.
Because some guy with a machete and 3 knives is not making it past Secret Service to Trump, okay? I don't care how cold this guy is, man. I don't care if he's able to throw them knives accurately. He's not making it past Secret Service to Trump.
It is, whether it happens in Times Square or someone else, it is going to happen. And there are people in charge who have wasted time on DEI bullshit. They've wasted time targeting Americans with MAGA hats, Moms for Liberty, pro-lifers, targeting the evil white supremacists around every corner. And they have not thought through the threat of a swarm of drones taking out a crowd of people or taking out one of our protectees with an inauguration.
Well, because they were too busy trying to sell Donald Trump as a threat to democracy. So any other threat that these people were supposed to be worrying about went right under their noses. It went right under the sonar, undetected, because they were so focused on making Trump the ultimate threat. Look how that worked out for them.
Right around the corner, and Donald Trump not able to do anything.
Now, here's the craziest thing. All the stuff that they were ignoring because of Trump is coming to light.
Thing about it, because he's not in power for 2 more weeks.
And then lo and behold, I see that from Marjorie, and then I see that clip from Bongino, and then I see this article. Chinese drone giant removes geofencing that protects White House airport's wildfires government buildings. DJI, if you don't know, is the largest drone manufacturer on Earth.
And guys, make sure you guys like the video. We got more coming up. So go ahead and double tap that screen for me, or the 3 dots up there in the corner right on top of the SK. Appreciate the support, guys. Let's go.
They control like the vast majority of drone manufacturing. And they've now gotten rid of their no-fly zone, so you can now fly your DJI drones right into the White House. Okay. This is very bad timing. Many are saying, this is Mike Lee, he's a senator, saying this is extremely concerning. Chinese drone maker removes geofencing days before President Trump's inauguration. What could possibly go wrong? Goodness gracious. The geofencing enabling flights over airports, military bases, no-fly zones. It says it's putting control back in the hands of drone operators. Oh, well. Yikes. Freaking yikes. Chinese drone firm eliminates automatic no-fly zones. If you had one of these drones or ever flew it, and we certainly did during various...
And yeah, I think I was hearing that last night where somebody says, yo, in these drones, they're already programmed not to go into certain fly spaces. They're already programmed to not to go into certain federal fly spaces already. So the fact that we're hearing that there are manufacturers pretty much removing this, Chinese manufacturers that are removing this, is a bit crazy, but it also kind of, let me put my tinfoil hat on. It sounds like that they're trying to direct us towards China with this, either Iran or China. And look, we're talking about gravitic propulsion systems, okay? These things aren't even propelling themselves naturally or with the technology that we use today.
Shoots. You know, there were just these blocked out places where you weren't allowed to actually take the aircraft, right? You weren't allowed to fly it over there. You could see it on your map. You just, you know, if you tried to fly a drone up to an airport, it wouldn't go. It would return to you. It wouldn't be allowed. Just in time for the inauguration, DJI removes geofencing, allowing attacks on the Capitol with drones. Jeez, man. Potentially very serious. Chinese drone firm eliminates no-fly zones right in time for the inauguration.
No-fly zones.
So here we go. Chinese drone firm getting rid of these no-fly zones. And Dan Bongino saying, exactly why would they do that right now? Are they preparing for an attack? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Bongino, of course, former Secret Service agent, would know quite a bit about this.
I've been warning you about the threat to the inauguration through drones. I've got a lot of sources that have been feeding me information. I am absolutely unconvinced that the Secret Service has a bulletproof, pun absolutely intended, plan for a swarm drone attack in or around the inauguration. I'm not telling you they don't. I'm not telling you they do. I'm just telling you what sources are telling me that they're not confident. Is it safe or not safe? That's a question on the margin. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm just telling you I'm concerned. I really wish people would have reached out. The Biden administration, of course, can't stand me. They have zero interest in anyone with any expertise in this taking an unbiased look at it because they just don't care. But here we go. Zero Hedge. Chinese drone firm DJI eliminates the automatic no-fly zones 1 week before Trump's inauguration. Oh, my gosh. What a coincidence. The judges ruled that is an amazing coincidence. What does that mean? Folks, for those of you who operate drones in these FAA restricted areas, there were certain built-in automated features which made it extremely difficult for you to fly that drone into an area the FAA says don't fly there.
I ain't gonna lie, that's what's screwing my head up. Hold on. They had a program. They were programmed not to go into certain fly spaces. All of a sudden, inauguration pops off and they're deprogrammed. Now they can fly into any fly spaces. So what was the point of that? What was the point of that if not to make it seem like there's a drone strike incoming? Or is just well, I ain't gonna be real, like fear mongering. Because like I said, what country wouldn't brag on the fact that it's able to get drones on American soil? What country would not brag about that fact?
Like over the inauguration. Well, this Chinese firm, can you throw that up again? DJI, which makes a extraordinary number of parts and drones themselves, just conveniently was like, we're going to dump the automatic feature. Now it's just going to be like a warning, and the drone operator will get like a warning, like, don't fly there. And as you know, right, Justin, terrorists, you know, when it says don't fly there, don't fly there? They are, he's 100% correct. They are absolutely law-abiding citizens. So, of course, they're going to listen to the instructions on the screen. You think that's a coincidence? Why is your boy here a little worried? You think I'm like the clickbait guy? I didn't even cover the hearing live yesterday. I prefer to be right, not first. People want to be first to clickbait guys. I'm telling you about this because I'm concerned.
Yeah, Benny. Yeah, Benny over there in the corner looking crazy right now. It's like, nah. But now I get where he's coming from. He's like, I kind of want to hear everything that comes out before I say anything. And I feel the same way. That's why I say everything's in speculation until we know for sure. It's like y'all could sit here and fearmonger that's from China or Iran, but these people ain't spoke up about it. Y'all can't definitively prove it. So until then, it's still up in the air where these drones are coming from.
Am I panicked about it? No. The sack of the Washington field office and the Secret Service, Matt McCool's a very smart guy. I hope they're on top.
DJI is a CCP company and a major importer of drones to the United States. Just before the inauguration, DJI changes the software to allow drones to fly into restricted areas, even when the FAA doesn't want them to. DJI disables U.S. geofencing on drones right before Trump's inauguration. Little suspicious. Just a bit. Yeah, this is not a coincidence. They dropped all their drone flying geofencing software yesterday. I live a mile from an airport and just verified that I can fly with no real restrictions, land on the runway if I wanted to. This is insane.
Crazy.
Before the inauguration.
Yeah, so they're like, bro, the drones didn't let you go into airports, military bases, like all those private airways. Yeah, a drone could not go in there. Now that they removed them, and I could take my drone, I can go out, buy a drone right now and fly it onto the what's the closest? Well, the closest airport near me. What is it? I think it's RFK Airport. That or Rickenbacker. Either one. I can go there and just land a drone on the runway. Not knowing, and let's be real, if you land a drone on a runway, you're gonna have a lot of angry people at you. Because if you don't think they're gonna stop hella flights just off some random drone on a runway, oh, you're tripping. They definitely will.
So he was like, forget attending Donald Trump's inauguration. Let's remove the geofencing on drones instead. GE will not be attending the inauguration. Neither will Michelle Obama. Neither will Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
Not trying to cause panic here.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Hold on. Yeah, why aren't y'all pulling up? Actually, I'd make them pull up if anything. I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If anything happens to Trump, y'all gonna be the first people to go to jail. If anything happens to that building, they should be the first people to go to jail because how'd you know not to show up? Showed up for every other inauguration, but this one, how'd you know? Like, bro, it's like in 9/11, like that. The people who know not to show up to the building, to the World Trade Center on 9/11, we're gonna be looking at y'all with the same type of criticism. Like, yeah, how'd you know? And shout out our man Guest Dude starting it off. He's like, prior to ATC input, you could do this before with most drones, and we couldn't do much about it beyond reporting it and waiting for the investigation. Man, so you saying even before they took it off, there was a problem. Yo, let me know if y'all guys have a drone or something, man, because shoot, you might want to do a test run real quick.
But Xi Jinping says it is too risky to attend. I don't want to be the person who's right. I don't. But look at what they're saying.
For those of y'all who don't know, ATC is air control traffic. You know, shout out Guest Dude. He was air control traffic for 15 years.
Here. Donald Trump's invitation to attend his inauguration as it is too risky to accept. And the gesture from Trump has little bearing on the increasingly competitive ties between the two nations as the White House changes hands, experts say. Too risky. Too risky. People are writing complete essays about why this is very scary. Tucker Carlson making a lot of news, saying that he was told by an intelligence official that the U.S. government took down a Chinese satellite which controlled the drones over New Jersey. So all those New Jersey drones, were they Chinese? We had members of Congress, members of the Senate that we really respect. I mean, people that are not crackpots and people that are not crazy and people that are not globalists, right? They're not trying to start a war, saying that these were Chinese. And those drones were from foreign nations. And here's Tucker out and out saying we had to blow up a satellite in order to stop them from buzzing Trump's home. If they would buzz Trump's home in New Jersey, well, then what else would they do? I'll let Tucker have the final word here.
I mean, you're right.
He deserves it, of course. And I listen to guys like Tucker and Bongino. I synthesize these things. I put it all together.
I mean, let's be real. Tucker Carlson, he be having the most lackluster guests. Like, these guests do be monotone as hell, but they know their shit. So they know their shit. I have to give it to them. They may be some of the most monotone, boring people to listen to sometimes. Tucker, you need to work on that. But I promise you, he be bringing on the most informed people. Him and Sean Ryan.
I say, holy smokes, man, keep your head on a swivel. Be vigilant. Here's Tucker.
An intel person told me that this person believed that they were in fact Chinese, and that a Chinese satellite went down, was visible to the naked eye. There were news stories about it. It evaporated, it burned up, and that this person told me that was taken down by the U.S. government. That was a command and control satellite for these drones.
Oh,
and the
wow.
belief was the Chinese government was sending the following message: we're moving on Taiwan and maybe other things.
Wow.
You can't do anything about it.
I mean, it's so funny. When it comes to China and Taiwan, those are one of the things I just be like, man, if China really wants it, can't they just go up there and get it? I mean, let's be real. Are we really that hard pressed about Taiwan? Chip factory and all. Honestly, in my honest opinion, are we really that hard pressed about Taiwan? But all right, let's get into this next one, Pierce Morgan, because it's got to be a cover up. Donald Trump slaying drone invasions and claims golden age. Well, hey, I'm seeing it already. That man released a meme coin in that mug. Like, I think what they said, it's up 100 billion in value. I'm like, whoa.
The government knows what is happening. Our military knows where they took off from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what is our military knows and our president knows. Oh, shit! And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense.